everyone, I'm Julia Bachison. Today I'm going to show you how to do a smoky eye, but I'm not going to do the regular grays and blacks. I'm actually going to use green. I like more of a colored smoky eye because whenever I use black or I use gray, it tends to go a little bit blue on my skin. And I also have brown eyes, and I have a little bit of green. My eyes are green on the bottom and then brown on the top. So green looks really great on me, and it might look good on you too. So I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to do that. I'm also using pretty much all Bobbi Brown product today, and I'll let you know which products I'm using so that if you want to check them out and try them too. I'm such a Bobbi Brown fan. I worked for Bobbi Brown for a while, so I know the product really well, and I feel like I can manipulate it well, although it doesn't really need a lot of manipulating. So I'll be using those products. First, what I like to do, even though I'm doing a smoky eye, I still like to highlight the inside of my eye. So today I'm going to be using Champagne Quartz from Bobbi Brown. And I'm just going to take it and just put it on the insides of my eyes. And I kind of sweep it also really closely to the lash line still to kind of brighten your eyes, give it a little bit of a sparkle, a twinkle in your eye. Also, I wanted to mention that I do have foundation on, and I have highlighted under my eyes with some concealer. I think that even if you do have a smoky eye and you're going for that dramatic look, it's so beautiful to have a really light, fresh, well-rested look if you're using concealer. So I have used concealer under my eye as well. So now that I have the inside of my eyes highlighted, what I want to do is I want to put the dark more on the outside and the crease of my eye. So I'm going to be using Forest. It's a really, really pretty green, if you can see that, which it has a little bit of flecks of sparkle in it as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and start really lightly on the outsides and work my way in. So I have it on the outside, working my way in. I'm also using a great brush. I got it at Walmart, of all places, a few years ago. It has a little bit of an angle to it, and it picks up just the right amount of product that you would want to use, but it's not too much that it really globs or gets goopy. So now that I have the outside and the crease, I'm really going to add a little bit more to the crease. It's always better to layer rather than to get too much and try to take it off, because it's really difficult that way, and it's hard to get things to blend well and to look even. So now that I have my shadow on, I'm going to want to line my eyes. I'm going to line top and bottom. I'm a really big fan of bottom lining, but some people don't need it, but I just think it's really pretty and I like it. So for this one, I'm using a really fine eyeliner brush. It's not angled, but it's just a fine eyeliner brush. And I'm going to start with my top. I do pull back my eye a little bit. I try not to pull too hard. You don't want to damage the skin around your eye because it's so soft and it's so sensitive that you really want to be delicate. And if you're doing that day after day after day, you could give yourself wrinkles, which nobody really wants. So I'm lining my eyes like I would. I go a little bit heavier on the outside of my eye. I just like that look. And then I'm going to line the bottom. I also like to line my water wells. Some people don't, which is totally fine. I just like it really close next to my eye. So I'm going to line my water well as well. I'm even lining my top water well. Be very, very careful if you choose to do that, because you don't want to get it in your eye or poke your eye or something like that. Okay, so there I've lined that eye. And now I'm going to go and line the other eye. So like I said before, I am just going to line the top of my eye first, really close next to that lash line. Then I'm going to line my water well on the bottom and my water well on the top. This may take some practice. I'm using gel liner, Bobbi Brown's gel liner. It's in Hunter Green. And this may take some practice, so don't worry if you can't get it on the first try. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so now that I have my highlighter on the inside corners of my eyes, I have dark on the out corners and the creases, and I've lined both the top and the bottom of my eyes. Now what I want to do is I'm actually going to go add a little bit of that green forest shadow onto the Hunter gel liner that I've already put on, and just soften the top liner and then smoke out the bottom of my eyes just a little bit, just along that lash line. So for this, what I'm going to use is I'm going to be actually using an angled brush. It's really great to get right against that lash line and right against that liner line as well. So I do get myself just a little bit of product, and then I'll hit it on here just to tap off the excess, so that, because I have a fair amount of product on my brush, but I don't want it to fall down along my face where I've already brightened it with that concealer. So I just powder right around the top, and then now what I do is I'm just going to tap. Rather than brushing and sweeping, I'm going to tap right along that lash line. And if I do sweep, see I'm doing little tiny sweeps. And again, as I need more, I'll layer more, but see how it's really smoked out the bottom without it looking messy and without it looking like it's too much or overboard. So then again, I'll just do it to my other eye, even them out. Just tapping in short little sweeps. Again, down here, tap. I really like this shadow because little tiny flecks of gold in it, which is pretty because it will catch the light and really give a little bit of sparkle without looking too overboard like a glitter look. It's just more of a shimmer and a subtle little hint of sparkle. So I really like that. Okay, now after I have my shadows on, I've lined, I've gone over the liner along the lash line, what I like to do is I like to highlight. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this really pretty camel color from Bobbi Brown. And I'm going to use my favorite brush of all time. It's just a powder brush, but it has longer brushes and longer bristles. So it's really good for highlighting right above that crease, kind of just below the brow bone. It really blends your makeup in well and gives it kind of a warm, really blended look. So I'm just blending right along the top of where my shadow stops, right before that brow bone. Again, I'll do it to this side. This is my favorite part to shadow. No matter if you're doing a smoky eye or just like an everyday look, I love highlighting with a softer, more of a color like pinks, or this one's kind of more of a yellowy tan, kind of a light brown. Tans are good. Okay, now that I'm highlighted, now my last step is if you choose to curl your lashes, that's great, be fine. I can't do it anymore because I've lost too many lashes not curling my lashes right somehow. So right now I'm letting them grow back. If anybody has any suggestions of a good conditioning lash or mascara that's less than $10 or just maybe a little bit right around $10, please let me know. So I could totally use it. Now just load on the mascara for that really defining, dramatic look. So the key with mascara is to layer it. You don't want to have really globby, spidery looking lashes, but put on a layer, let it dry, put on another layer, let it dry. I would maybe you could probably do up to 3, just as long as you know that you're not looking clumpy or like spidery. And then once you're done, I like to take a brush to get off all of the excess that could be just below. This is a really light brush that helps in really picking up any of that excess without rubbing or taking off any of the concealer or foundation that you have below your eye. So once you are done with that, voila, you're done. You have a smoky eye. So I hope that you have enjoyed this and that you would like to try a green smoky eye too. Again, I used mainly Bobbi Brown products. My mascara was not Bobbi Brown, it's Lash Blast Volume. But the rest is Bobbi Brown because I love Bobbi Brown. So, good luck with all your beauty pursuits. Thanks for watching.